A brand new Harley Davidson Street Glide will set you back $30,000. But what if I told you there are 10 motorcycles that outperform Harley Davidson motorcycles for less than half the price? They absolutely embarrass them. I'm talking better performance, better reliability, better value, and better ergonomics. Number 10, the Kawasaki Eliminator. We are kicking this off with a machine that isn't just a competitor. It is a rolling mechanical middle finger to the now discontinued Harley Street 500 and 750. Remember those? Harley tried to build an entry-level bike, failed miserably, and quit the segment entirely. Kawasaki looked at that failure, cracked their knuckles, and showed the world how it is actually done. Let's look at the current competition, the Harley Davidson Nightster. The Nightster is a cool bike, admittedly. It has that modern Revolution Max engine, but it costs roughly $14,000 for a starter bike. That is not just expensive, that is financial malpractice. That is the price of a decent used sedan. Enter the Kawasaki Eliminator. It is brand new, low, long, and mean. It looks like a drag bike that shrank in the wash, carrying a distinct neo-retro aggression. Under the tank, it features a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine derived from the legendary Ninja 400. That means this engine isn't just reliable, it is bulletproof and rev-happy. It pushes about 49 horsepower, which is plenty to get you in trouble. But here is why it absolutely outclasses the American competition. Weight. The Eliminator tips the scales at just 388 pounds. The Nightster, it weighs nearly 485 pounds. That is practically a 100-pound difference. When you are a new rider trying to perform low-speed maneuvers in a parking lot, that extra weight feels like carrying a bag of cement on your back. The Kawasaki is nimble. It is friendly. It features a slipper clutch so light you could pull it in with your pinky toe. And then there are the ergonomics. Kawasaki uses their genius ErgoFit system, meaning you can adjust the seat, pegs, and bars to fit your body type perfectly before you even leave the dealer. On the Harley, if you don't fit the stock setup, get ready to open your wallet again for a $400 reach seat. The price? $6,649. Do the math. You could buy 2 Eliminators for the price of 1 Nightster and still have cash left over for a year of premium insurance. It is the definition of value. But maybe you aren't sold on a parallel twin. Maybe you crave that classic V-twin soul. Maybe you want an air-cooled engine that vibrates in a good way. Well, we have the perfect successor coming up next. Number 9, the Yamaha Bolt R-Spec. This is the bike that Sportster lovers buy when they get tired of paying the Harley tax. It is the successor to the legendary Sportster 883 iron, which Harley sadly killed off. The Harley it destroys, the Sportster Iron 883 and the current Nightster. The Iron 883 was iconic, but it had suspension made of concrete and brakes made of wood. And what did Yamaha do? They looked at Harley and said, "Hold my beer." Yamaha didn't just copy the Sportster, they refined it. It features a 942 cubic centimeter air-cooled V-twin. It has that classic, rhythmic thump that you crave. It sounds like a heartbeat, but unlike the old Sportster, this engine has modern internals. It has ceramic composite cylinder liners to dissipate heat. It has a sophisticated fuel injection system that doesn't cough and sputter on cold mornings. The R-Spec means it comes with upgraded piggyback shocks. And this is a huge deal. It means when you hit a pothole, your spine doesn't disintegrate. It handles with a surprising amount of agility for a bobber. It feels planted, it feels solid. The styling is pure urban bobber. High tank, solo seat, minimal chrome. It is a blank canvas for customization, just like the Harley, but the parts are cheaper and they actually fit without needing a hammer. The price of the Bolt? $8,999. Compare that to the used market for Sportsters, which is currently insane, or the new Nightster at $14,000. The Bolt gives you that raw mechanical soul for under $9 grand. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You'll surely be glad you did. But maybe you don't care about sport. Then you want the classic, swept fender look of the 1950s. There is a beast that completely destroys the Harley Heritage Classic. Number 8. The Suzuki Boulevard C50. This is the Heritage Classic for the working man. If you love the look of fat tires, floorboards, and massive fenders, but hate the idea of spending 25 grand, Suzuki has your back. This beast destroys the Harley Davidson Heritage Classic. A beautiful bike, undeniably. but it starts at $22,000. That is a down payment on a house in some states. The Suzuki Boulevard C50 hasn't changed much in 20 years, and that is its strength. It features an 805 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin. Wait, liquid-cooled? Yes. Suzuki hides the radiator between the frame down tubes so cleverly that you barely notice it. You get the classic look of air cooling finning with the reliability of a radiator. It creates pure, unadulterated torque down low. It is perfect for cruising the boulevard at 45 miles per hour in top gear, just listening to the exhaust burble. But the real killer app here is the shaft drive. Harley uses belts or chains. Suzuki uses a shaft. It is enclosed. It is maintenance-free. You never have to lube it. You never have to adjust it. You just ride. For a senior rider or anyone who hates getting grease under their fingernails, this is a godsend. The suspension is tuned for comfort, not speed. It floats over bumps. It has massive floorboards that let you move your feet around. It is a couch on wheels. The price? $9,299. You are getting the full American cruiser aesthetic, the chrome, the size, the presence, for less than half the price of the Harley equivalent. But what if you are a taller rider or a shorter rider? What if you struggle to find a bike that fits? You need a bike that adapts to you. Number 7, the Kawasaki Vulcan S. This is the bike that adapts to you, not the other way around. Harley will sell you a bike and then charge you thousands to change the seat and bars. Kawasaki does it for free. The Harley it destroys? The Harley Softail Standard, a basic, stripped-down cruiser that costs roughly $14,000 and comes with basically nothing. The Kawasaki Vulcan S is a sport cruiser hybrid. It uses the engine from the Ninja 650, a 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin. It is punchy, it revs high, it is fast. It makes 60 horsepower, which is significantly more responsive than the air-cooled lumps in entry-level Harleys. But the genius is the Ergo Fit system. When you buy the bike, the dealer configures it to your height. They have 3 positions for the foot pegs, different handlebars and different seats. Are you 5'2"? No problem. Are you 6'4"? No problem. They tailor the bike to your body at the point of sale. It handles like a sport bike disguised as a cruiser. You can lean it over without scraping parts instantly. It has a perimeter frame and an offset rear shock that looks modern and technical. It doesn't pretend to be an old bike. It embraces being a new bike. The price? $7,349. For $7 grand, you get a custom-fitted motorcycle that can out-accelerate most air-cooled twins. That is a bargain. But maybe you want simplicity? Maybe you want a bike that looks like a custom bobber straight from the factory? Then you need a bike to follow you everywhere. You need a Shadow. Number 6. The Honda Shadow Phantom. This is the unkillable ghost. The Honda Shadow has been around since the 80s, surviving trends, recessions, and competitors that have come and gone. But the Phantom is its coolest, meanest incarnation yet. It strips away the chrome and embraces the darkness. It is blacked out, mean, and utterly reliable. The Harley it destroys? The Harley Davidson Street Bob. The Street Bob is the entry point to the big twin Dyna Softail line, but it starts at a staggering $16,000. That is a massive premium for a badge. The Honda Shadow Phantom drips with attitude. It features a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin engine. But this isn't just any engine. It features a unique 3-valve cylinder head design, 2 intake valves and 1 exhaust valve. This gives it a surprisingly potent punch off the line and a unique character that separates it from other metric cruisers. It breathes deeper and pulls harder than the numbers suggest. It sits low. The seat height is just 25.6 inches. You are practically sitting on the asphalt. This makes it incredibly easy to manage at stoplights, even for shorter riders. It gives you a planted, confident feeling that taller bikes simply cannot match. It has fat tires on spoked wheels or stylish mag wheels on the newer models that give it a chunky, muscular stance. It looks like it could punch a hole through a brick wall. And again, shaft drive. I cannot stress this enough. For a bike under 10 grand to have a shaft drive is incredible value. Most competitors give you a messy chain that needs constant lubrication and adjustment. The Phantom gives you a sealed system. You can ride this bike through rain, mud, and grit, and the final drive just laughs. It is virtually maintenance-free. It is Honda reliable. You can neglect it. You can leave it in a damp shed for winter without a battery tender. You can forget oil changes for longer than you should. It will still start. It will always fire up. It is the cockroach of cruisers. It asks for nothing and gives you everything. It is the loyal dog that never bites. The price? $8,399. It is half the price of a street bob. Is it half the bike? No. It is 90% of the style with 200% of the reliability. You keep the cash in your pocket instead of handing it to a mechanic. We've covered 5 incredible value cruisers so far. Which one has you reaching for your wallet? Drop your favorite in the comments below. But maybe you want something bigger? Then you want a full-size cruiser that feels like a freight train. Number 5, the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Custom. This is the big boy of the midsize class. While other middleweight cruisers feel physically small, cramped, or like starter bikes, the Vulcan 900 feels massive. It has a physical presence that commands respect at every stoplight. If you park this next to a Sportster or a Scout, they look like toys. This machine is long, low, and stretched out like a predator waiting to pounce. It is so much better than the Harley Breakout. The Breakout is famous for its long rake, big front wheel, and fat rear tire. It is a beautiful machine, undeniably, but it starts at $23,000. That is the price of a decent sedan. For a weekend toy, that is a hard pill to swallow. But the Vulcan 900 Custom? Just look at the stance. It features a massive 21-inch cast wheel up front with wafer-thin spokes that look like custom billet. It has wide, flat drag bars that pull your body forward into an aggressive attack riding position. And in the back, it rocks a fat 180mm tire. It captures that pro street chopper look perfectly. It looks like something that rolled out of a high-end custom shop in Orange County, not a factory in Japan. At its heart beats a 903 cubic centimeter V-twin. Kawasaki pulled a brilliant engineering trick here. The engine is liquid-cooled for modern reliability and heat management, but the cylinders are deeply finned to look like classic air-cooled jugs. It keeps the vintage aesthetic without the vintage overheating problems. It connects to the rear wheel via a carbon-reinforced belt drive. This means smooth, quiet power delivery with zero chain maintenance. You just ride. And let's talk about freedom. The tank is huge. It holds 5.3 gallons of fuel. Combined with the efficient fuel injection, that gives you a range of over 200 miles. Most Harleys in this custom class have tiny peanut tanks that force you to stop constantly for gas, turning every road trip into a tour of the nation's gas stations. The Vulcan 900 lets you ride from state line to state line without putting a foot down. It is comfortable, spacious, and has a road presence that makes car drivers think you are on a 30K custom chopper. The hidden rear monoshock gives it the clean lines of a hardtail, but provides nearly 4 inches of travel to soak up the bumps. The price of the Vulcan 900? $9,399. Let that sink in. You get the breakout look, the long-haul reliability, and the custom style for less than 10 grand. That is simple math. While Harley is busy trying to make their bikes high-tech with screens, ride modes, and complex electronics that no one asked for, Kawasaki went back to the drawing board to build the perfect machine. Number 4, the Kawasaki W800. You must have heard of the Sportster legacy. Harley abandoned the classic air-cooled Sportster styling for the modern, water-cooled Sportster S. Many purists hate that. They want metal fenders, pea-shooter exhausts, and visible mechanicals. They want a machine that looks like a motorcycle, not a spaceship. The Japanese assassin, the Kawasaki W800. This is a love letter to the British twins of the 60s, specifically the BSA A7, which Kawasaki licensed back in the day. It features a 773 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine. But look at the engine. Do you see that chrome tube on the side of the cylinders? That is a bevel gear drive for the camshaft. Ducati used to do this. It is expensive, it is complex, it is beautiful. No modern bike uses this because it costs too much to manufacture compared to a simple chain. Kawasaki did it anyway, just for the style and the heritage. It spins with a precise mechanical whir that sounds like a Swiss watch. It has a 360-degree crank, giving it a unique, purring exhaust note. Unlike the modern offset cranks that try to sound like V-twins, this sounds like a proper vintage British racer. It shimmers with chrome. The fenders are steel. The side covers are metal. The badges are heavy. It feels like a premium product from 1965 that just happened to be built in 2025. It vibrates, but it's a good vibration. a connection to the machine that lets you know it is alive. The price? $10,399. For a bike with this level of detail and engineering heritage, it is a bargain. It is more authentic than anything rolling out of Milwaukee right now. It captures the spirit of the original Sportster better than the actual Sportster S does. And now we are entering the top 3. Stop what you are doing. We have cleared the mid-size cruisers. We are now looking at the heavy hitters. We have the chopper that Honda built just to prove they could. We have the Pan America killer. And we have the tech giant that changes everything. Number 3, the Honda Fury, the chopper. In the late 2000s, the chopper craze was dying, but Honda decided to drop a nuclear bomb of style anyway. They built the most radical production motorcycle ever made by a Japanese company. The Harley it destroys, the Harley Davidson Breakout and Softail Standard. Again, we are talking about bikes that cost between 16 and 22 grand. But the Honda Fury, just look at the rake. It is kicked out. The frame is high-necked, leaving massive negative space above the engine. This looks like a garage-built custom from Orange County Choppers. But it isn't. It is a Honda. It features a massive 1,312 cubic centimeter V-twin. It sounds throaty. It has torque for days. But unlike a garage-built chopper, this thing actually works. It starts. It stops. It handles corners without flopping over, mostly. The engineers pulled off a magic trick with the geometry, giving it that long, low, stretched out, easy rider stance while keeping it stable at highway speeds. You don't have to fight the handlebars to keep it in a straight line. It has a shaft drive, Honda loves these, which keeps the rear end looking clean and clutter-free. There is no messy chain to lube, no belt to adjust. The lines flow seamlessly from the teardrop tank to the rear fender. Even the radiator is hidden between the front frame down tubes so cleverly that most people don't even know it's liquid-cooled. It is a piece of rolling sculpture. And the reliability? It is a Honda. You can ride this chopper across the country without a chase van full of tools. You don't need to worry about vibrations, rattling bolts loose, or electrical gremlins leaving you stranded in the desert. Try doing that on a custom hardtail. The Fury gives you the bad boy look without the bad boy maintenance schedule. The price? $11,499. For a 1,300cc factory chopper? That is theft. You are stealing style from Honda. Compare that to the Harley Breakout, which starts north of $22,000. You could buy a Fury, customize it with every accessory in the catalog, buy a matching leather jacket, and still have enough money left over for a road trip to Sturgis. It is arguably the best value for money cruiser on the market today. But what if you want to go off-road? Harley has the Pan America now. Does Japan have an answer? Oh yes. Number 2, the Yamaha Tenere 700, the Pan America killer. Harley entered the adventure touring market with the Pan America. It is a technological marvel, but it is heavy, complex, and expensive. Yamaha took the opposite approach. The Harley Davidson Pan America 1250 Special is a beast. It has 150 horsepower and adaptive ride height. But the price? It starts at nearly $20,000. That is the price of a small sedan. But the Yamaha Tenere 700 is the bike that purists demanded. It doesn't have ride modes. It doesn't have cruise control. It doesn't have traction control other than your right wrist. It is raw. It is pure. It is the spiritual successor to the legendary Paris-Dakar winners of the past. It features the legendary CP2 engine, a 689 cubic centimeter parallel twin with a cross-plane crank. It sounds like a V-twin. It has torque everywhere. It is widely considered one of the most reliable motorcycle engines ever built. You can drown it, abuse it, and it will still fire up. But the key is simplicity and weight. The Tenere weighs just 459 pounds wet. The Harley weighs nearly 569 pounds. That is a 110-pound difference. Off-road, that difference is the difference between having fun and having a hernia when you inevitably drop it in the mud. The Tenere uses KYB suspension that can handle jumps, rocks, and mud. It isn't a street bike pretending to be an off-roader. It is a giant dirt bike that can do highway speeds. It is reliable because there are no electronics to fail in the middle of the desert, no screens to crack, no sensors to glitch. The price? $10,999. You can buy the bike, fully outfitted with high-end luggage, crash bars and lights, and still fund a trip to Alaska for the price of a naked Pan America. It is the smart choice for the real adventurer. But there is one bike that outclasses Harley in every measurable metric: speed, tech, handling, and value. Number 1. The Honda Rebel 1100. This is the king, the machine that proves you don't need to be stuck in the past to enjoy a cruiser. Yes, we know about the Harley Davidson Sportster S and the Lowrider S. These are Harley's performance cruisers. They are fast, they are cool, and they cost between $16,000 and $19,000. That is a massive chunk of change for a weekend toy. However, the Honda Rebel 1100 is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It uses the legendary engine from the Africa Twin, a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel. Twin, it makes 86 horsepower. That puts it right on the heels of the big Harleys in terms of acceleration. But here is the physics lesson. The Rebel weighs just 487 pounds. The Lowrider S weighs nearly 700. The power-to-weight ratio is insane. It launches off the line like a sport bike. It can lean over 35 degrees in corners, meaning you can actually turn it without scraping half the chassis off on the asphalt. But the killer app? Technology. It has ride modes: sport, rain, tour. It has wheelie control. It has cruise control standard. And if you choose, it has DCT, dual clutch transmission. This is an automatic gearbox that shifts faster than a human ever could. You can paddle shift it like a Ferrari, or let it do the work in traffic. It makes the bike accessible to everyone, from beginners to veterans with arthritis who are tired of heavy clutch levers. And let's talk about the Rebel 1100T. This is the bagger version with a batwing fairing and hard saddlebags. It looks like a baby street glide, but handles like a naked sport bike. The price? The standard Rebel 1100 starts at roughly $9,600. The DCT model is around $10,300. Even the fully loaded bagger version is barely $11,500. Think about that. Harley charges over $27,000 for a base street glide. That isn't just half price. That is a completely different universe of value. You could buy 2 Rebels, one for you and one for your spouse, and still have enough money left over for a dream road trip across the country. That is why it is number 1. But wait, if you want to see other bikes even better than this, click this video right here. Go on, click it. If you enjoyed this reality check, join our tribe of motorcycle lovers by subscribing and liking this video.